All right, good morning, VC. Hey, how's it going? It's the Zonkman here. Man, this is early. I'm recording this early. Uh, just gonna try to go ahead and knock this out. Not to make it feel rushed or anything, but something I just have to do before work today. And the Zonkman schedule's changing, so eventually I'll be going to first shift. So this is way early, and I'm trying to get a video put together. All right, YouTube, everybody out there, everybody ready? Man, I was lucky enough to get to meet Steve Carlson early Sunday morning show at Noble Records this weekend. So when he came down for his pilgrimage, so to speak, met up at Noble on Saturday morning. So that was freaking awesome. The people there, of course, the one I say, I don't know, but kind of put this whole thing together was Dave, the VC ambassador, being the ambassador that he is. So he was there. I don't know if that's too loud or not. Probably not. Probably can't even hear it. Don't need to be hearing it. So we got Dave, the VC ambassador, John, the Digitalgramaphone. So if you're not familiar with these channels, check these channels out. There was also myself was there. Art from NC Vinyl Picker. I'm pretty sure it's NC Vinyl Picker and not spelled out North Carolina Vinyl Picker. Art was more from, we'll say, a Hickory, Lenore, but it's actually, I think, even more north than that in North Carolina. So he came down to be part of this at Noble, and there was met somebody else for the first time. Was not familiar with their channel, Kendall, and I cannot remember the channel. We have to go to Dave's video or somebody else that's gonna remember all these names. So I think that was it. Of course, we had Eric Weinbender caught up with us later. So that was cool for me too, because I had never met Eric face to face too. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start showing what I picked up at Noble Records. Boom! Right off the get go. There is going to be sorry for the glare. This is early morning, man. It's overcast. There's no sun in the window. Burro 2. This is a Riding Easy Records. I couldn't even tell you what year this is right now. Something I saw Dylan had at Noble Records. Boom, had to pick it up. Then, if you follow Noble Records, you know he had gotten like a new store manager or something like that, or hired a store manager. His name is Logan. And I did not know Logan was into like that stoner genre. So he recommended something. And you know this Zonkman is just going to go ahead and pick it up. Fire Breather. Dwell in the Fog. And this is also on Riding Easy Records. This is a 2022 release. I have not spun this. So he kind of described it, but I have no idea what this is. Come to find out, he was at the King Buffalo show in Snug Harbor in February when Dave and I went down there in Charlotte. So I met up with Dave and went to King, and we ended up going to the King. I was going to the King Buffalo show. Dave had the time to go to the King Buffalo show, and come to find out, Logan was at that show. So that was freaking awesome that he follows King Buffalo. There was a whole lot of, just talking and everything going on at Noble. It was when everybody first met up. So I don't even know. We spent a couple hours there or something like that. Good hour and a half or better. That is all I kind of picked up, but it was really about meeting up with everybody. We ate barbecue, and I forget the the store. He called it something store, the Rock Store, and that was in Schilling, North Carolina, which is outside of Matthews, a barbecue place. So we met there, ate lunch, and then after we ate lunch, there was a little bit of a record exchange. Well, boom. Steve Carlson hands me this awesome VCLT, Wicked Lady, Psychotic Overkill. This was on the want list. Freaking awesome. This, of course, is, and I like how Steve Carlson passes on some porn to the Zonkman's channel. This is, of course, is from 1972. This is a 2012 reissue. So killer to get that. So stoked. Thank you, Steve Carlson. Awesome killer VCLT. Then we went on to Lunchbox. Lunchbox, of course, is geared more towards like new stuff or whatever, but they do have used, and they have CDs and stuff too. So this is something just the night before, which I needed to get this anyway, but just the night before on Grown Men Record Night, they were playing Elder, Innate Passage. So this is technically 2022 release, but the vinyl did not come out till 2023. It was kind of been hard for me to get. I would have had to order it. So, you know, Elder, the Zonkman has to do both the CD and the record. So that's what I got at Lunchbox. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Then we went to, because we did about the same there, you know, we're making sure we're giving everybody plenty of dig time, but you're not getting like solo dig time if there's anybody that just like sits and flips through every record for hours and hours, you know. So we probably spent an hour and a half there or something like that. They were actually Lunchbox, I would talk about that. They were packed. We could not park in the parking lot. We had to park in a residential street around the back. That's how many people were there. So it was crazy with people there. Granted, it is right at Saturday lunch, Saturday afternoon. There was a lot of people there. I still get in there, do the Eric Weinbender, rub elbows with everybody, and that is where we finally met up with Eric Weinbender, because he was coming. He said he still had to stop at Noble, so he stopped at Noble while we were having lunch, and then when we got to Lunchbox, that's where he met up with us. So freaking awesome to finally meet Eric. So then we go to Premier Sound. Premier Sound is, I don't even know how to explain it because I'm not 100% on it. Dave knows all about this guy, Luke. He basically has records in with another store. So this time the store is actually like a guitar. It's a music store. It's a guitar store. So there's guitars and everything when you go in, and then there's some records over on the side. And Luke used to have, and you have to correct me if I'm wrong, Dave, it was a Tip Top Daily Market or something, and it was where you could have a beer and then search through some Luke's records or whatever. I think is how he did it before. So he had left that store for whatever reasons, and then finally Dave was excited. I guess it's been sometime earlier this year, maybe, is when he started, he had a location again. So it was great to go to Premium Sound because I was actually pulling something off the wall. Stevie Ray Vaughan, The Sky is Crying. This is an OG 91. And it is not any kind of record club, which y'all might know better than I, that they had already stopped doing record club records maybe in 90 or something like that. I don't know the exact timeline, but this is a real deal, legitimate OG. Of course, if you know Stevie Ray Vaughan, this is a compilation after his death in the helicopter crash with Eric Clapton's band or something like that, or I forget all the details on that too. But killer find on this, man. Totally stoked to get this. And it said, you know, it was VG++, VG++, so excellent record. So then after Premium Sound, we kind of did a few things there and said, hey, where are we going to go to hang out? Tipsy Burrow was like the little, I don't even know what Dave was calling these, is like a little Mexican place to get a snack, get some food, and have a nice cold beverage. And we were just going to sit and chat, and we actually did. That was the best part of the whole day. We sat in there for a good another 2 hours, just, you know, shooting the breeze, talking about whatever. So that was great, and at that point we had lost Art from NC Vinyl Picker, but so that at that point it was John the Digital Gramophone, Dave the VC Ambassador, Eric Weinbender, myself, and Steve Carlson. And you need to watch their channels for what else went on, but Steve Carlson and Dave had to had a time frame to meet for a concert to go to there in Charlotte on a Saturday night. So just an awesome day. Great. I'm thankful and grateful to have been part of that, to be able to go down and meet everybody, because this is the first time I had met John also. I'd met up with Dave and then bumped into Dave several times going to Charlotte, the few times I have, but never met in person John. That was awesome. Never met in person Eric, and then of course Steve Carlson. I didn't even say, for y'all that don't know, Steve Carlson came down from Michigan, so that was kind of a long haul for the Noble Records pilgrimage. So freaking awesome day. And then I'm going to throw some stuff in here at the end. So on Sunday, I went to the Clemens Records show, and so the records were done. Art said something about going. I looked for him. I never saw him. And then my other buddy here in Winston-Salem, Mark, I did meet him over there. He came later on or whatever. I'm going to show what I got there. Real quick, not talk about it much. This is all like staples in the VC. Graham Parsons GP. It's a pretty good condition copy, gatefold. This is a 1973 record. Of course, this is his first solo after he left the Flying Burrito Brothers. So this is something that's not really in the Zonkman's wheelhouse, but it is great stuff. It is kind of like that singer-songwriter, kind of country, folk sounding stuff. Graham Parsons, excellent stuff, great to have. Boom, then we're going to show some R&B, a little Arthur Conley, sweet soul music. Sitting on the couch there relaxing. This is a 1967 record. This is a stereo. This one is a stereo. So if you're not familiar with this, you know, he's singing a lot of Otis Redding songs, Sam Cooke songs, and I don't know the others. I just know this is a great record to get. Some of the songs are his, mainly Otis Redding songs is a majority, but they even have a Otis Redding, what Otis Redding said about Arthur Conley, right here on the old school Atco. So stoked to get that. And then another Arthur Conley record, Shake, Rattle, and Roll. So this, actually I did not realize this was also 67. And this is a mono version of this. And yes, so I'm waiting to dig into some of that. And the same thing. There's more Arthur Conley songs on here, but still singing some Otis Redding and some Sam Cooke stuff, and some other people too, I believe. Killer stoked to get that. Arthur Conley, a couple records that, you know, they're not uncommon, but I just don't see all the time, so I was like, I'll go ahead and snag them up. Then this other two for here, This is Tim Curry, Read My Lips. Yes, this is Tim Curry, Rocky Horror Picture Show. So, and then this was, yes, more for Mrs. Zonkman. Have no idea what this sounds like. This, yeah, there's no telling. But anyway, if anybody else knows, I know a lot of people don't like when the actors kind of cross the line over and try to get in the music industry or whatever. But I've never really knew about this or seen anybody show Tim Curry records. So, and she's a big Tim Curry fan. So I definitely jumped all over that. And then this is also, that was 1978. This is a 1981 or 82? 81. Tim Curry Simplicity. So he did more than one record. So he must have sold something because it was right after the popularity of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. We won't say that. We'll say the music's good. So yeah, I have absolutely no idea on this. Picked this up. And then the last big thing that I got at the record show was finally got a copy of this. Captain Beyond. And this is the lenticular kind of thing on that. To my knowledge, this is like an OG. I don't know exactly what pressing, if it was the year this came out, which is 73. Is that right? 73? 72. And then you might say that, oh no, that's got to be, came out 73 or 74, because I don't know. I have to look it up. I don't even know the pressing or anything. Stoked to get this Captain Beyond. Even my buddy Mark is like, oh yeah. He knew all about Captain Beyond and the different stages and when they changed singers and everything else. He says, you will definitely dig that for sure. So if this is the hard rock, slightly psychedelic, whatever, in the early 70s, had to get a copy of this. Okay, the Zonkman has rambled on long enough. I've got to get ready for work. I've got stuff I got to do. I got to get out of here. I got to get rolling. I didn't want this to feel like super rushed, but I had to get this done. No doubt I had to get this done, if for nobody else, for me. But also to show just how much excitement and how ecstatic I am to have been part of the Steve Carlson visit to Charlotte and to be part of all that, you know. And it was just a really kick-ass day of a VC meetup. Thank you and peace.